Look, it is already June. That right there, me saying that should make you know you have to lock in. It's almost over. In a couple months, a few months, it's going to be November, October. I'm sorry, it's going to be October, November, December. And we got to figure out the progress that we've had. We got to look back and see that we actually did something that was worth, our time this year. Everything is going fast. It feels like time is speeding up. But if that's the case, if you feel like that as well, that means we need to speed up the progress and speed up the process. We're living for results at this point. We are living for results. We're doing the work each and every day, and we're living for the results. The results will come as long as you put in the work. And you have to remember that. That's why it's very important to do things when you don't want to do it. See, the motivation is cool to have motivation, but when that runs out, you're going to need consistency. You're going to need discipline to continue to do the things that you said you were going to do. Look, I told everybody to get a journal. I would never tell you to go do something if I'm not doing it. I write down in my journal. I pretty much document everything I can. How I feel, my dreams and goals that I want to accomplish. I track calories on here. Yeah, it's gotten crazy. Yeah, it's gotten crazy. But look, that is my personal. That keeps me sane. This is my discipline. My discipline comes, from a form of writing it out through my vision. And look, if you're thinking about doing something and it's in your mind, please attack it before somebody else does. I was listening to a clip and they said Michael Jackson, anytime he had any idea in his brain, he would go do it. He would go record the music because he thought if he didn't do it, it would go into Prince's brain and Prince would get the idea. And that is psychologically is very true. If you don't act fast on what you have in your brain, that idea, somebody else will, live out your dream, and you have to watch that. And that's a painful thing to watch in this world. Watching somebody do something that you ultimately had in your brain and you could have brought it to life. Another thing I want to touch bases on, stay away from people that like to see you down. Not everybody want to see you win. Trust me, I know. Some people secretly love when you're down. Yes, he's going through a hard time. Yes, he got into a car accident. Yes, his car broke down. Yes, he doesn't have a place to live. Yes, he doesn't know where his next meal is going to be. Yes, people like that. You know why? Because they're demons, and ultimately, when they see you doing bad, it makes them feel better about themselves. Oh, they're doing worse than me. I can't be doing that bad. So stay away from people like that. They mean you no good. There's people that watch you. They won't support you. They only want to see how far you're going to go. And it's true. They're gonna continue to tune in just to see your progress, to see if you stop. And look, you can't stop now, because if you stop now, you'll prove them right, and you'll prove yourself wrong. But remember, it's not about proving anybody wrong. It's about proving yourself right. Believing in yourself, 110%. It doesn't matter what anybody thinks about us. It doesn't matter if people want us to lose. We have to be strong enough to go against that. Any pain you have in your body, you have to push that pain out and make it power and prevail. Being great is about prevailing. Look, we gotta have patience on this road, but ultimately, we gotta do what we say we're gonna do each and every day. And look, granted, you have some days where you don't want to do anything. You might take a little time off for your mental health. But look, if you take time off, go hard when you get back. I know things happen in life. I know things happen in life. But look, gotta stay away from people that don't want to see us win. People that secretly love when we're doing bad. And look, if we're in a bad place in life, remain humble if you're in the darkest place in your life right now. Stay to yourself. Remain humble. Figure out yourself. Figure out yourself, gang. Write down what you like to do. Write down what you want to accomplish. But figure yourself out. Look, we don't know how long we're here, but during this lifetime, one thing I strongly advise you to do is figure out who you are. Figure out the things you like. Figure out the things you dislike. So when you go back out into the world, you know yourself. Nobody can tell you to do something, or nobody can rub you the wrong way, because you know yourself and you'll know how to react to that. Oh no, I can't do that. That's not me. No, we're not gonna go that route because that don't align with what I want to do. We gotta know ourselves. And also, if you in the best position you ever been in your life, please remain humble. Everything could be stripped away from you in a blink of an eye. Remember, we don't run this. The Creator does. Or whoever you bow down to. He decides what goes. He decides what opportunities we get. And you know what? When he does decide the opportunities, it's our job to fulfill those shoes, open up the door. So we get put in position, but we have to actually do. We actually have to come through with it, what the opportunity that we're given. We have to take those steps. He can't take those steps for us. He can give us the opportunity. You can lead a horse to the water, but you can't make him drink it. So look, we got to know ourselves on this road. We got to know what we want to accomplish, and we got to know why we want to do it. The biggest thing is why. Why? What's going to keep you motivated? Why? It can't be just the money, the jewelry, the cars, the clothes, the women. It can't be that. Because when you get that, that's material thing. That's material. Once you get it, it's like, I got it. It's not doing what I thought it was going to do. It's not giving what I thought it was going to give, So why are you doing it? It's got to be a bigger why other than material things. Hey, look, it's the 1st of the month. We're walking into summer right as I speak. Don't waste any more time. If you know you've been out there wasting time, it's time to get on your grind. Hey, look, man, it's my time, it's your time, it's our time. Look, let's shine. Look, everybody deserves to live a fire life. Flaunt your elegance.